What's going on, everyone? It's Hayes, and today, just like I said, today we're looking at the spirit of vengeance himself, Ghost Rider. Just like we did with Sabretooth, we'll be looking at everything from kit, costumes, matchups, and playstyles. So, without any delay, let's do this. Ghost Rider, and just to get this out of the way, this is Johnny Blaze Ghost Rider, the best Ghost Rider, is a 3-star brawler, 400 health, off-tank, who specializes in punishing bad positioning and getting picks. Unlike Sabretooth, who we made last episode, Ghost Rider is much more team dependent, and he thrives when he can effectively get support from his healers. Think of Ghost Rider like a bodyguard for your main tank and supports. With his shotgun and abilities, he's an excellent dive deterrent and will be instantly familiar to Roadhog and Motojawn players. Rest in peace, Paladins. So, let's talk about his kit. First up are his passives, like always, as they are the most important part of building a character's kit. Passive 1, Hellfire Weapons. Due to the supernatural nature of his powers, Ghost Rider completely ignores damage reduction properties on all his abilities and primary fire. Canonically, Ghost Rider's weapons not only attack the body, but the soul. This is the closest I could get to including this mechanic into the game without making him too OP. So ignoring damage reduction mirrors that ability without going completely crazy. Passive 2, Hellspawn. Ghost Rider is immune to earthly fire damage and burning status effects, excluding primary fire abilities for balance purpose, obviously, because I can't have Ghost Rider just be immune to Torch's whole existence. So his primary fire will still damage Ghost Rider, just not his flame prison and tornadoes. Now, the key word is earthly, so theoretically, fire from another dimension could still damage him.
Burn to cinders!
Just a little teaser for a future episode. Now that the passives are out of the way, let's dive into his primary fire and abilities. Primary fire, Hellfire Shotgun. The Hellfire Shotgun packs an insane punch. The Hellfire Shotgun shoots 8 pellets with an alright spread. Not tight like Punisher's shotgun, but not atrocious either. If you land all pellets, the shot deals 240 damage, if all pellets land on the head. And unlike Roadhog, he doesn't have an alternate fire for the gun, but he does have an alternate fire, which is just him swinging his chain, which deals 40 damage a hit. You won't really be using his alternate fire, as Ghost Rider's shotgun and the Hellfire Weapons passive make you a point-blank powerhouse, capable of shredding targets that get too close, which reinforces his identity as a bodyguard. So let that Emma try and run up to your Strange and grab him through his shield, and we'll see how quickly her game plan changes when she eats a shotgun blast to the face through her diamond form and it turns her to Swiss cheese. Now, let's talk about his abilities. Let's just take a moment and take in all the DPS and all the support players screaming outside my window right now. You know it's coming, I know it's coming, and my grandma knows it's coming. I said Roadhog and Motojawn, and it's an essential part of his character, so let's not delay any further. Ability 1, Hook. Ghost Rider spins his hook above his head before throwing and pulling whoever he catches to himself. Damage 5, cooldown 9 seconds. Now, yes, it's the classic hook and shotgun combo Overwatch players have been screaming about since the game launched. But since, as much fun as it is to make fun of the other people crying about it, they are partially correct. So let's fix some flaws Overwatch never did, and hopefully make getting hooked less infuriating. Ghost Rider's hook takes 2.8 seconds to fully charge and reaches 25 meters, 5 more than Bucky. To make up for Ghost Rider's quicker charge of the hook, he plays an animation of him spinning the chain above his head and shooting hellfire all around him. The hellfire is just VFX and it does no damage, but it serves to catch everyone's eyes. One of the biggest complaints about Roadhog in Overwatch is that he has no indicator when he's gonna hook, and that you'll be left guessing when he'll hook. And when he did it, it would leave players feeling frustrated, as the reaction time to dodge Hog's hook was non-existent. This eliminates that completely. The animation is big, eye-catching, and obvious. When you see the animation playing, you have almost 3 seconds to escape, CC him, or put a shield up, so no excuse now. If you get hooked, it's on you. For the curious, Ghost Rider can only hook one person, unlike this abomination of a character. If Ghost Rider underperforms statistically, then the first thing I would do is buff his charge time down to 2.2 from 2.8, but I'm sure Johnny will be fine. Ability 2, Hell Cycle. Ghost Rider summons his Hell Cycle and can drive it around. Has a resource meter and takes 10 seconds to recharge from empty. 5 seconds in total usage time. This ability is an essential part of Ghost Rider's kit, and not only is it extremely powerful, but it is extremely versatile as well. With this ability, Ghost Rider can wall ride, ceiling ride, do burnouts to spew hellfire on his opponents, use his hook to quickly change direction by latching onto walls. He can kidnap and drag people behind him, drive into teams and damage everyone he runs over, and even dropping down and blinding everyone for a moment while being CC immune throughout the entire 5 seconds that he can ride the bike. Now, I'm sure everyone is typing and raging in chat, calling me a dumbass for giving this guy a one-shot and now this insane ability that does everything. Surely there's a catch, right? Yes, there is. Ghost Rider can do all of these things and it's an extremely strong ability, but Ghost Rider takes 20% more damage while on his bike. So while it is a versatile ability and capable of huge play, it has to be properly set up and supported by your team or you'll explode. Not to mention it's loud as hell. The motorcycle, I mean. Even on idle. And it leaves a trail of flames where you go. In Marvel Rivals, we all know that characters are capable of dealing extremely high amounts of damage. And with Ghost Rider not only being a tank, but taking 20% more damage while on the bike, you have to be extremely careful or else you'll explode, like I said. Now, his last ability. Ability 3, Soul Devour. Dead enemies can drop souls that Ghost Rider can consume to give himself additional health. 17-second cooldown, capped at 200 health. Now, I know what you guys are going to say. Congrats, Hayes. Hell Cycle plus health buffs and the damn shotgun hook combo. This guy is just broken. Not quite. Ghost Rider cannot heal, quote unquote, heal himself on his cycle. And if he hops on his cycle with the extra health, he loses it. Plus, he takes an extra 20 damage that we discussed about previously. So while he does have mobility on the bike, he won't be an unkillable nightmare. This ability works like a health bar above his health bar. So let me give you an example to avoid any confusion. Ghost Rider is at 100 HP and uses Soul Devour and grabs 3 souls, which give him 150 extra HP. A health bar will appear above his health, and when he takes damage again, HP points will come out of his additional health bar before his main bar. This ability is essential to Ghost Rider's survivability, as a 400 HP tank is not really a tank. So make sure you're using this smartly to keep yourself up, or you'll have a really bad time. Now, for his ultimate. Ultimate. Penance Stare. Ghost Rider yells, "Look into my eyes," before stunning all enemies in a rectangle area of effect, and doing his iconic Penance Stare. The ultimate halves the health of everyone caught in the area of effect. So, you may be thinking, it's just Venom's ult. Not quite. Here's where it gets interesting. Additionally, after the health halving, Ghost Rider deals additional damage to his enemies based on how well the enemy is performing that match. So, enemies who have more damage and kills will take more damage, up to the MVP on the enemy team getting one-tapped by the ultimate. So while Venom's ultimate helps the team by applying anti-heal and being able to one-shot multiple people with proper setup, Ghost Rider instead only one-taps one person and stuns the rest, leaving them low health. Now, before you guys go getting any ideas, Ghost Rider's ultimate, just like Sigma's from Overwatch, does not benefit from additional damage boosting. So you cannot damage boost and fuck everybody up. You're limited to one-shotting the MVP if you catch them in your ult, and that's it. Now, team-ups. Team up. Hellfire Imbuement. Johnny and Blade team up. Johnny gets an extra 100 health, and Blade gets a new ability called Hellfire Imbuement? Anyway, this ability lets Blade shoot hellfire projectiles from his sword during his vampire mode, allowing him to attack from far away. And I know you guys are going to ask, and yes, he can build up his movement stacks if he hits people with those projectiles. Well, Blade, welcome to Band World, buddy.
Dick Coxon, welcome to Band World, buddy.
Now, let me talk about Ghost Rider for a bit before we move on. Ghost Rider is essentially for battle-obsessed people who want a playstyle of constantly being in the fight. Ghost Rider flourishes when he is shooting the enemy tanks, hooking the enemy supports, or driving his cycle onto the ceiling to drop down and make an entrance. Ghost Rider is loud, flashy, and draws attention like no other character. So if you're going to play him, you have to be okay with the fact that enemies' eyes will be on you 24/7. Now, really big caveat. With Ghost Rider, it is absolutely essential to land your hooks. It's non-negotiable. If you can't land your hooks, your value will nosedive and you will be useless and an ult battery for the enemy team. So make sure you're locked in and hitting those chains, or swap. Now, matchups. First we'll do the bad matchups, which are matchups that stop Ghost Rider from doing his job, or keep him playing Respawn Simulator, or worst case scenario, both. Magneto, Emma, Strange, Wolverine, Bucky, Groot. Magneto's bubble not only stops hook from working, but if you do hook someone, cracked Magnetos can shield them while you're pulling them in to stop your follow-up. Be careful with Magneto, as a good Magneto can completely make you useless, because even if he doesn't have bubble, his shield can stop your hook too. Be careful. Emma is just like Mag, and while she doesn't have a bubble, she can place her shield anywhere, and this is the perfect setup to counter your hooks. I know I used Emma as an example in the beginning of the video with the shotgun, and yes, you can still shoot holes in her if she gets too close, but her shield shuts down your utility more than you shut down hers. Not a threat like Magneto, but still be on the lookout. Strange, due to his shield, can block your hook. Simple as that. Wolverine destroys Ghost Rider due to his damage against tanks, and since he has CC, he can stop your heal, bike animation, and his second life means he can eat shotgun pellets for days. He is Ghost Rider's biggest counter and should be avoided at all costs. If Ghost Rider is Roadhog, then Wolverine is his Reaper. Bucky can hook Ghost Rider back and push him further into his team, which is a death sentence for Johnny as the bike is not fast enough to save him. Groot can wall behind you to stop your escape, wall in front of you to stop the hook, and wall between you and the hooked to stop the follow-up. Now, these are neutral matchups. Neither side is at a disadvantage, but no one has the advantage either. Angela, Hulk, Cap, the Bum, Thor, and Venom. Angela can cancel your hook charge up, but you just lose a cooldown. If she's in your team and gets hooked and needs a shotgun blast to the face, she's going to be in serious trouble, but has a lot of mobility, so there's a high chance she can escape too. Neutral matchup. Hulk, Cap, and Venom can't be killed exactly as they have too much health and have escape tools, but Ghost Rider shuts down their dives if hooked, or landing enough shots makes them leave earlier, so just keep an eye out for them. Thor is a brawler and can give himself overhealth constantly, but Ghost Rider's shotgun can melt him. Most Thors will steer clear of you unless they have to fight you. And finally, the Bum. The Bum can't really do anything to you except sit his fat fucking self in front of his teammate to stop your hook. If he didn't have that stupid passive, he'd be in strong matchup for Ghost Rider. Now, these are strong matchups. Adam Warlock, Black Panther, Black Widow, Blade, Cuck and Dagger, Daredevil, Hawkeye, Hela, Human Torch, Invisible Woman, Iron Fist, Iron Man, Jeff, Loki, Luna, Magic, Mantis, Bumtastic, Moon Knight, Namor, Penny, Phoenix, Psylocke, Rocket, Scarlet Witch, Spider-Man, Squirrel Girl, Star-Lord, Storm, the Punisher, and Ultron. Yes, it's a lot. And Ghost Rider punishes poor positioning and teams that don't pay attention to their most vulnerable members. Atom, Cuck and Dagger, Invisible Woman, Jeff, Loki, Luna, Mantis, Rocket, and Ultron are the best people to hook, as they're completely finished if it lands, and you can very well end a fight before it even starts, especially if you get one of the OP healers with sustained ultimates. Black Panther, Widow, Hawkeye, Hela, Iron Fist, Magic, Moon Knight, Squirrel Girl, Namor, Phoenix, Psylocke, Scarlet Witch, Spider-Man, Star-Lord, Storm, and Punisher are completely cooked if they get hooked without assistance, as they'll just die. Iron Man, Storm, and Human Torch can try their best to stay as far back as possible, but one hook and their run is completely over. Ghost Rider, absolutely, as you can tell, is a pub stomper, but will lose his effectiveness in higher ranks as teams become much more coordinated and tanks are capable of effectively shielding the more vulnerable members of their team. Ghost Rider is a problem solver, and unless placed up against two shield tanks, he absolutely fits in anywhere, team comp wise. Backline getting dived, he's got you covered. Divers can't kill enemy healers, hook 'em. Hit scan can't kill Human Torch or Iron Man, hook 'em. Ghost Rider is the perfect character to improve the number of Vanguard players, as not only is he an A-list character, highly requested, and simple to play for the most part, but he brings a playstyle that no tank offers in Marvel Rivals. And that, my friends, will fix something I've always wanted to see in Marvel Rivals. People fighting over tanks. One day. NetEase, please add more tanks. I'm at my wit's end. I need Doom, I need Sentry, I need Dormammu and Juggernaut and Sabretooth. Please, I beg. Now, costumes. Ghost Rider has some insane skins, like Cosmic Ghost Rider. Ghost Rider 2099. Nick Cage Ghost Rider could be a mythic, honestly, the first mythic of the game, and it would give him a new bike, a new weapon model, a new reload animation, and a new voice to match the one in the movie. First Appearance Ghost Rider, and Vengeance Ghost Rider, just to name a few. He could have some other killer mythic skins that could change his motorcycle to a horse if they decide to add the Phantom Rider too. Unfortunately, I know his 3 fans are going to be upset, but Robbie Reyes, I have no idea how they would make him work with his fucking car, but if they just decide to screw the car, he could be a cool skin, I guess. If NetEase ever allows us to get gender swap skins, then Alejandra Jones's skin would be a freaking must buy for me. I would buy that day one because damn. And my dick so hard it make the metal detector go off. And while not a Ghost Rider skin, they could give Spider-Man a Ghost Spider skin when they add Ghost Rider. That would be a sick skin, and I know they love giving Spider-Man skins, so win-win. Well, that's it for me. This has been my take on Ghost Rider. Next time, we'll be taking a break from Vanguards, and we'll be designing our first DPS character. So subscribe and become a Doombot before it becomes cool, and you'll be notified when that video drops. Haze out. Watch me rain, and